green lettuce, and then we have cooks with salad shooters. Green radishes and carrots under your salad. It was a lot of fun. Okay, you're ready?
Yep, we're live.
All right. So thank you all for coming. So we wanted to do a demo, but we also wanted to kind of talk a little bit about nutrition because it's kind of really been into my head lately. And I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking about. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. Head lately. Patty was talking. I think Patty's the one who put it there. biggest thing when I talk about nutrition, I'm talking about finding the right seeds. They use the right growing methods. They use organic methods. Put the right amount of nutrients. They use the right growing methods. Soil. They use organic methods. They use the right growing methods. Soil. They use organic methods. They use the right growing methods. Soil. They use organic methods. They use the right growing methods. Soil. They use organic They use the right growing methods. Soil. They use They use the right growing methods. Soil. They use They use the right growing methods. Soil. They use the right growing methods. Soil. Some people do it. Some people do So things we're doing in the future, we're going to try to make our own dressings, one at a time. It's going to be a change. Get away from using products like canola oil and use natural oils like olive oil, grapeseed oil, those kind of oils. Using better quality vinegars. So vinegars from a mother culture that'll have a lot of nutrition in them, almost like a fermented food. So one of the things we're going to work on today and give everybody a little taste of, our gazpacho is changing. So the gazpacho you got that was made in a blender, mix of different low sodium canned products with fresh products, is going to be now made out of all fresh products. So we have the village grown tomatoes, the village grown cucumbers, locally sourced shallots and their microgreens, and then fresh lemon juice and olive oil. So no salt. You want salt? You're going to add your salt. We're trying to cut back on the amount of sodium that we're putting in everything. And then we kind of get conflicting information on it. Like I'll get a company recipe that says salt and pepper to taste, and then I'll be at a conference saying, no, that's why we have salt and pepper on the table. And in some instances, it's like the food would be really good without the salt. But I would err on the side of nutrition and stay away from it. And as far as salt goes, whether I use sea salt, table salt, kosher salt, salt is salt. It all is bad for you. Sea salt is not any better for you than table salt. There's some trace mineral elements in sea salt, but it's not that significant a difference to really bring nutrition to you. As a chef, I like the taste of it, I like the texture of it, but salt is salt.
So, chefs, just to confirm, everything on the table is from the villages? Or
Everything except for the onions and some of the mustards and
vinegar?
maple syrup and vinegars.
But almost all the produce is from there. Okay, so all these pictures as I scroll through, these are all from the villages. They sent us these pictures. So just, as you know, we're going to scroll through these, and this is the stuff that's being picked and shipped here within 90 minutes.
How often do they bring it?
They are coming once a week and they're going to twice a week. So on Tuesday and Friday. Going to twice a week. So on Tuesday and Friday. Going to twice a week. So on Tuesday and Friday. Going to twice a week. So on Tuesday and Friday. Going to twice a week. So on Tuesday and Friday. Going to twice a week. So on Tuesday and Friday. Going to twice a week. So on Tuesday and Friday. Going to twice a week. So on Tuesday and in the infant stages, weeks into, if we let it grow, it would end up being a fully grown piece of broccoli. But as it grows, it loses some of its nutrition.
It just spreads out. I don't even call it loses it. It just, disseminates. It loses a little bit, but as it gets bigger, yeah. So that's why it's power pack.
And just my self-discovery of seeing a really good grow operation and knowing where it come from. I just grew up in Detroit, simple son of a factory worker, had my bologna sandwich every day, had Campbell's soup, white bread and mayo. And as I got to learn to cook, I went to a different place. I went overseas and saw how another culture would treat its food. And it was a game changer for me because the first thing as a culinary student that they have us do is work in the garden. So we have to do the heavy lifting, the weeding, that's what you're doing first. They try to see what kind of work ethic you have, and then they slowly start to teach you about what each plant is. And I weeks into basil, if we let it grow, it will end up being a fully grown piece of broccoli. But as it grows, it loses some of its nutrition. Sorry? France, southern France. So I had no idea, because most of the stuff that I'm getting
spreads out. Don't even call it loses it. It just disseminates. It loses a little bit, but as it gets bigger, yeah. So that's why it's power pack.
As you got into it, you started learning how to harvest. And you saw the amount of work it took from seed to harvest. It made me realize why chefs yell. Just my self-discovery of seeing a really good grow operation and knowing where it comes from. They have a great reputation for that. But it was, just a revealing thing for me. I had no idea. So as I came back, I went to the West Coast first. Grew up in Detroit, simple son of a factory worker, had my bologna sandwich every day, had Campbell's soup. The food and the way they celebrated the food was different. It wasn't like it was in Detroit. Completely different. But having the Napa Valley, white bread and mayo, and as I got to learn to cook, that's one of our different places. I went for food distribution in our country overseas, and we have farms and growers right around the corner from us that we have no idea that they're even there. There's one of the biggest farms that's probably an hour away in Mayaka City.
It loses a little bit, but as it gets bigger, yeah. So that's why it's power pack.
And just my self-discovery of seeing a really good grow operation and knowing where it come from. I just grew up in Detroit, simple son of a factory worker, had my bologna sandwich every day, had Campbell's soup, white bread and mayo, and as I got to learn how to cook, to a different place. I went overseas and to area restaurants. And that was a lot of work to do. It took Kenny and me and a bunch of other chefs a lot of dedication and a lot of explaining to our accounting of why we were doing this. And, we had to rethink really how we partnered and had our relationships with the farm and the source. From there, we found a guy who raised probably the best pork I've ever tasted in Palmetto Creek. So this just became the way we did business. And then over the last couple of years, then they slowly start to teach you about it. But I think it'll come back. And I think just from the last what each plant is, and I'm thinking about how I can keep my immunity and this is probably the best way. And I hope it's a springboard for us to get to that point where our insurance pays for our groceries. I love that. You know, because I think if you eat healthy, if you eat, you know, not that I'm perfect, I say I'm probably pretty good till about 5, 6 o'clock. And my opposite. Just buying self-discovery of seeing a really good grow operation, everything they were is flying back, knowing where it comes from. I just why we were doing this, and you know, we had to rethink really how we partnered and had our relationships with the farm and the source. From there, we found a guy who raised probably the best pork I've ever tasted in Palmetto Creek. So this just became the way we did business. And then over the last couple of years, then they slowly start to teach you about it. But I think it'll come back. And I think just from the last what each plant is, and I'm thinking about how I can keep my immunity, and this is probably the best way. And I hope it's a springboard for us to get to that point where our insurance pays for our groceries. I love that. You know, because I think if you eat healthy, if you eat, you know, not that I'm perfect, but I say I'm probably pretty good till about 5, 6 o'clock. And my opposite. Just buying self-discovery of seeing a really good grow operation, everything they were is flying back, knowing where it comes from. I just why we were doing this, and you know, we had to rethink really how we partnered and had our relationships with the farm and the source. This became the way we did business. And then over the last couple of years, they slowly start to teach you plants is, and I'm thinking about how I can keep my immunity, and this is probably the best way. And I hope it's a springboard for us to get to that point where our insurance pays for our groceries. I love that. You know, because I think if you eat healthy, if you eat, you know, not that I'm perfect, but I say I'm probably pretty good till about 5, 6 o'clock. Just buying self-discovery of seeing a really good grow operation, everything they were is flying back, knowing where it comes from. Why we were doing this, and you know, we had to rethink really how we partnered and had our relationships with the farm and the source. This became the way we did business. And then over the last couple of years, they slowly start to teach you plants is, and I'm thinking about how I can keep my immunity, and this is probably the best way. And I hope it's a springboard. Our insurance pays for our groceries. I love that. You know, because I think if you eat healthy, if you eat, you know, not that I'm perfect, but I say I'm probably pretty good till about 5, 6 o'clock. Just buying self-discovery of seeing a really good grow operation, and just flying back, knowing where it comes from. Why we were doing this, So, we stuck really hard to partner and had our relationships with the farm and the source. This became the way we did business. And then over the last couple of years, I just now started to teach classes and talking about my community, relationships. This is probably my story. And I think it's a story for very sure it's for our workshops. I think if you eat healthy and you eat, it's probably pretty good to about 5, 6 o'clock just a nice atmosphere, it's being a really good brain operation, and it's probably better than many other companies. Why are we doing this? We stuck really hard to and had our relationships with the farm and the source. This became the way we did business. And then over the last couple of years, I started to teach classes and talking about my community, relationships. This is probably my story. And I think it's a story for very sure it's for our workshops. I think if you eat healthy and you eat, it's probably pretty good to about 5, 6 o'clock just a nice atmosphere, it's and had our relationships with the farm and the source. This became the way we did business. And then over the last couple of years, I started to teach classes and talking about this is probably my story. And I think it's a story for very sure it's for our workshops. I think if you eat healthy and you eat, it's probably pretty good to about 5, 6 o'clock and had our relationships with the farm and the source. This became the way we did business. And then over the last couple of years, I started to teach classes and talking about this is probably my story. And I think it's a story for very sure it's for our workshops. I think if you eat healthy and you eat, it's pretty good to about 5, 6 This
My hydroponics, cut that Disappointed patty, she wants her nutrition. So we put the villages, cherry tomatoes in there, Catalina beans, dressed up, a little bit of salad, put that dressing on, and put some microgreens in. That's everybody back. Talking earlier about how important it is. The average exposure that the grocery store comes from 1,500 miles out. So, huge difference when you're getting from national,
Everybody knows not nutritional. Estimate that for every $100 yeah, that's how important there's also the fact that it tastes better and it's more healthy. The average and there's all kinds of reasons why that is, but that's huge. That's part of the enjoyment. A lot of people do. Not nutritional. My brother, another really important step that I found was that for every $100 spent in the grocery store, $25 of that is $100 spent at a farmer's market, $300. Not only the nutritional aspect, but economic. Most sodium products are also learned that brown rice has a very high I didn't know, but I started water hits flour, it starts to ferment. So what we would do to make good artisan bread is we would keep feeding this mother, and we would take a little bit of that water and flour out and add a little back. Over a period of time, it sours, and it has a nice flavor. And further, it has some flavor. So good. And, I never came back here. It's like, can't get this rye bread anywhere. And then artisan bread started popping up here and there slowly. That's what we would do. We have a certain percentage of this fermented water and flour. Basically, what we do is we use bread, flour, and water, and rub it itself after the water gets flour and it starts to ferment. We work. I had to stop when I lost a cook, but I will be starting it back up. So we buy a special bread, organic bread flour. We add whole wheat into it, and we try to use this process of doing it naturally fermented. But it was more when we had the sliced bread back 4 or 5 months ago. But I do plan on getting back into it. And if I don't, I buy La Brea, which is a famous bakery from the West Coast. They do all natural breads like I would make them, but they do them better than I'll ever do it, because it's what they do for a living. So it's either we'll have those rolls, the ones with the olives in it, the ones that are kind of pointed or sesame seeded, those are all fermented breads. Good question.
So we've got a lot. We've got a lot that we want to do. We've got a lot that we're working on. It's not all going to happen overnight, but it's where we're going. It's our vision and dedication, what we want our program to be here. And what we're talking to you about is not necessarily what all the communities are talking about. This is me and Chef and Dominic and Adam, and how we see what we're going to do in our little corner of the world here. And whether it expands beyond this, remains to be seen. But we're going to do everything that we can, without breaking too many rules, to do what we think is right over here. So be patient with us. It's like I said, it's a process, but it's going to continually just keep growing and growing and getting bigger and better. So with that said, a short little video that's going to kind of play us out here on the microgreens over at the villages, and I'm going to pass out a lovely chocolate berry for everyone as a parting gift. And thank you all for coming and participating, and you all know where we're at. So if you have any questions or need anything, you know where to find us. So thanks again for coming.
So we use Belgian chocolate that's 72% cacao, the dark chocolate, great antioxidant. And then we put a little toasted coconut, or put a little coconut oil into the chocolate to thin it a little bit. Coconut oil is another really good fat, and good source. And then I put a little Rice Krispie in there too. I love the texture of Rice Krispie. And we love chocolate Rice Krispie all the time.
strawberry.
And then I saw this one. This is
That's great.
Thanks for coming.